On another cut.
That's why these conversations need to be had before marriage.
Yes.
These red flags need to be detected on time before you go into it.
Because I feel like people are having these conversations and it's a bestie can be a threat to your marriage. I don't think a bestie in itself is a bad thing. I just think it's a threat to your marriage when, you've not, quote unquote,
created those
defined
boundaries.
the marriage.
Yeah.
Let me now tell you this thing. Let me look at the camera when I was saying, jang, jang, jang. There was a place I was working before, one of my bosses. And he was a very big man, rich man. He get money and he get out. So if you go and Google my history, I know the places I've worked. Some of them are not documented. Now, he said something that there was this person he was really very close to, who was his bestie. Anytime he was going through it in life with his wife or financial crisis or whatsoever, he would drive to this person's office. It's touchy or anything. It's strictly that conversation. Anytime I'm going through it,
it's something that
I
could
just
open
go
up.
to her. We've been friends for over, now it could be like 80 something because we cannot give details. But then when he told me this thing was a long time ago, it was over a decade ago.
Maybe
So
both of
someone
them
in his
understood
70s at that time.
No, maybe they both understood boundaries in this case. They both understood that this is where we draw the line. But guess what?
So
situations
are you
could
agreeing
occur.
to the fact that you can be a bestie with someone and have boundaries that keeps the relationship
most
healthy?
Definitely. But you are the same person that just said that if you have a bestie that's the opposite sex, it's possibly a threat to your marriage.
If you don't set the boundaries.
Exactly. So setting the boundaries is a thing that you have to make up at the
But
back
you
of
know
your
that
mind.
you say you don't want to care about boundaries before we came.
I don't want to
You
care
say
about
that you don't want to hear that they are bestie. That's what you said.
I should be your best friend. I don't know why. Is it a conversation to have?
Yes, you can be best friends with someone from the opposite sex and there's nothing amiss.
Oh, of course. I know that that's possible. I mean, I have male friends that if they even try to bring it up, I will dead it immediately. But I'm just saying that if you say you are with someone and you want to do life with this person, in the case of marriage, yes, as a relationship, this is my bestie. In fact, boys or men rather would look the other way when you say this is my bestie and he's male. Okay, what's up now? They will give you the look like bestie.
Bestie me.
Okay, take for example, your wife comes to you and say, "Oh, she has a male bestie."
She doesn't have a male bestie. Her male bestie is the Holy Spirit.
You
the Lord Jesus.
You see what your thoughts are.
That's the only. In fact, she has 3.
So you see, that is what you're saying. But now you're saying, oh, maybe
and
not.
our sons when we have them.
Something would happen one day where maybe he is in the mood.
Who is in the
and
mood?
then this friend of yours, he may not tell you the truth.
No, he's an elderly man. I cannot.
Elderly men don't indulge in activities as such.
No, they don't. They don't. He's not.
He is
he's
just
not,
telling you that
he's
because
not in
he just.
Is it Balthazar? Be in your M bank.
Hey, Balthazar is in the news.
Balthazar in your Balthazar M bank.
I think that honestly, it is important to set those boundaries from the get-go. But why have a male bestie when you can talk to your husband about anything?
You can't talk to your husband about everything. Let me make you understand that. Just know now.
I understand what you're saying.
You cannot see. There's some information that if you put out there, it will be used against you in an argument.
Then
That's what marriage does.
Then keep quiet.
Then you're keeping secrets.
No, you're not keeping secret. You're not just divulging some information that you don't want to
my
give.
darling, you need someone that you can be vulnerable with.
Why is it not a girl? Why is it not a guy?
Now, so because your guy go whine you now, say you today now. You are
why are you
men
like
don't.
this?
Let me tell you something. Men don't talk to men about stuff. With the same way women do not tell their secrets to women.
Oh no, I have friends.
How many of your secrets you don't tell female friend?
I don't have any secrets like that.
They play.
No, but my best friend actually knows the bulk of. She knows how she can.
Stop it.
No, I'm not kidding. See,
kidding.
Once you meet, like,
you're not even kidding. You're not kidding. You're kidding me.
You know how you have women supporting women.
Nah, lie.
You don't think that exists?
This is not a concept. Women supporting women is not a concept.
It's not.
Women attacking women is a concept.
Okay,
and
if you say
so. Put that on a T-shirt.
Well, because, that is your honor. That is your opinion.
I've sat with women who are like, this narrative is being pushed by women. The narrative that the woman should be in the kitchen is a narrative that is being pushed by mothers to their daughters and to their daughters-in-law and to the girls that come to visit their son.
Let's head to the phone lines.
Women,
let us hear what Lagos has to say about this, because
she's going to remove my head. I love this
that
lady.
Boundaries should be put in mind. And I don't think that if you're not speaking to me about stuff, then talk to me about it. Tell me, I'm keeping some information from you because I don't think that you can take it.
The gift of goddess.
Guess what? If my spouse comes to me to tell me that, I will be so sad, first of all, and I will make it a point of duty to ensure that they can speak to me whenever they have any issues that they're facing.
So, case in point, he cheats. with his secretary by mistake.
I will bite his
It happened.
ear off.
Yes, that's the reaction.
But why would you want to
See,
tell your wife that?
let me
I
tell you
cheated?
something.
I mean, which is
There are
something that you can do.
There are men who own up.
If you're looking forward to
Big
stopping
shout out
the
to
act.
Clement Omoyajo.
Hey, Jesus, you just called your father out.
Congratulations to my dad.
Well, 0705890497 is the number to call us on, or you could call us on 08050920927. And the conversation on ground today is put in a question: is it a healthy practice to have a best friend of the opposite sex whilst you're married? Marriage,
if the boundaries are there. See, there's one thing.
The boundaries have to be strict.
Yeah, no, and let me tell you something. I'm best friends with a lot of women that are now married.
Yours is worse. Okay,
yes,
go on.
with a lot of women that are now married. So it's a stock in trade for me. But I know be bestie, where we go. But let me tell you something. The moment my friends got married, and the moment they got married,
you see,
there were certain things that just became the boundary. I became closer to the husband, and if I say the husband no really like him, I kept my distance from you and your husband.
That is you understanding that boundaries exist.
But when they send me a text in the middle of the night at 10 p.m., I show my wife like, madam, they want to talk, and then she's like, this is what's going on, and there's voice notes of 6 minutes plus. You go listen now, because let me tell you something. You cannot tell your, especially we want to be hypocritical. You cannot tell your spouse everything.
Okay.
You cannot tell your spouse everything.
So I mean, this is a note of warning to all the spouses out there, male or female. If your husband or your wife cannot speak to you on certain things, what is the way that you can make them listen? Because that's the point. That's important.
That's one thing that we are pointing towards.
Okay, we'll go on this break. When we come back, it's still Family Matters right here on the Super Breakfast Show.
May I have everybody's attention, please? Have you heard about Ilera Eco on Super FM 92.7 Lagos?
Every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then all about healthcare, health insurance, tips and standards around healthcare practices on Ilera Eco. Join the Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, every week as we discuss matters of health and family wellness only on your One Family One radio station, Super 92.7 FM, Lagos.
Lagos health is our wealth.
Are you ready to explore the future of our nation's growth and sustainability? Tune into PPP Pathways. This is the show where we dive into the dynamic partnerships between public and private sectors, creating pathways for nation building and sustainable development. Join the Pathfinder as he's excited to take you on this journey of discovery and transformation. Each week on PPP Pathways, he'll be bringing you expert interviews, insightful discussions, and real-world examples of how public and private partnerships are shaping our future. Remember, PPP Pathways is your gateway to understanding how we can all contribute to building a prosperous and sustainable nation. Be sure to tune into your One Family One radio station every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Tune in and join the movement.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
92.7 Sword FM.
All my friends just they ask me say how I did do 'em. I tell them saying I'm like Jehovah God, you did do 'em, yeah. Every day of my life, everywhere that I go. So favor they follow me, UNK, you know. See I roll with grace. Grace is a new swag, see I'm walking on waters. I roll with grace. Grace is a new swag, anytime I fall I rise strong. I roll with grace. Grace is a new swag, see it's just
It's 20 minutes past 10 o'clock, and today the conversation on family matters centers around
Besties.
best friends, besties in marriages. Do you think that having a best friend of the opposite sex is something that an individual can indulge in? Do you think it's a healthy practice? Well, we have a message here. Please, it's not. Oh, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Trust me, it will cause issues between the both of you. No spouse will agree to it 100%.
I don't think so.
That's Ayo. That's from our super breakfast club. Now, someone said it's just an excuse for randy persons to have their way. You see?
I do not agree.
Alessandro Nesta.
Let me tell you something.
You're an amazing person for saying that.
Let me tell you something. See, you could have
where's Swabi? Let me remove these glasses.
a best friend from the opposite gender and set your boundaries. See, there are certain. Let me make you understand something. There are certain people who were in your life before you met this person. The ones where I know go really agree for, and maybe say on a don't they intimately involved before. You people have do something
and
in the other room.
That person now your
then
best
you now
friend.
broke up, and then you now become best friends, and you're because one team say if lightning don't strike once for this place, they say no they strike twice. But if you go strike 2 times and call after marriage. But let's look at this thing and see. If you have someone who has been in your life, who has been instrumental in your life, who has contributed and also sort of giving you
being
a balance, an anchor in your life that was from the opposite gender, older or younger than you were. You understand? You were friends with this person, and you can't marry, finish. You can't say you cut them off because you don't marry.
Since you use the term anchor, you throw an anchor into the sea for it to stabilize the ship. And when you're moving out of that ship, don't you take the anchor back? And when you get another location, throw it again.
Yeah, that's life.
So the thing is, anchors change.
Anchors change.
Anchors change.
Your spouse cannot be everything to you.
OSYB, can you make your spouse everything to you?
How will your spouse be everything to you?
Is it possible?
So you want to destroy the spouse, ne?
Of course not. If I'm everything to them, they can be everything to me.
You cannot be everything to a person. No human being has that capability on the planet. I can tell you that for a fact.
Why do you think so?
Nobody can be everything to you.
Why do you think so?
They play.
Someone who you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Cannot be everything to you.
Sometimes in life.
In life, yes. No, I think you should not go into any marriage believing that person will be everything to you, because you are going to put so much on that person that they cannot live up to.
But lean on me. Let me lean on you. Let me understand. Okay, so like I said when we're off air, I said it's important that if you as a spouse finds out that some of the things that you think you know about your wife, the bestie is privy to that information and you don't even know half the things, you should change your ways, because your spouse cannot speak to you.
No, it's not. It's not about the fact that your spouse cannot speak to you.
Your spouse
it's about the fact that there are certain information that you cannot handle.
And then be mature.
There are some things you can never handle. See, there are some people who will tell you that
I
don't want to know about your past.
Point of view?
Well, yes, from the man and the woman as well. There are some things that you can never handle.
You're talking from a man's point of view.
There are some things you can never
handle.
handle.
Because you think that you cannot handle some of these things. If your wife... if somebody comes to you, or your wife comes to you tomorrow and says some things that you're like, oh my God, like I cannot... That's you saying you cannot handle it. But guess what? If a woman... Take, for example, you said your friend or this professor that you used to be friends with.
I did not say professor.
Okay, the man that used to work with.
My older friend, please, yo.
Can you be settled? Can you beat your hands on your chest to say that he did not have anything to do with that woman? So you said, so action and reaction. We're human beings. Yeah. We change. The fact that I'm with somebody every time and I see the person literally is my sukkah, my anchor. One day, something could happen. Anything could happen. That's why we're even pushing out the narrative that boundaries need...
Yes,
stress on
that
me.
Is the common ground for me and you.
Yeah, that's a common ground.
The boundaries. But then I am not going to cut a best friend off.
Of course
because of their gender.
Nah, you change the anchor.
Oh,
you cannot cut them off. You carry the anchor and put on your husband.
You cannot
waist.
There are some things your husband or your wife cannot do for you. I'm not even just saying your wife cannot do for you. Your husband cannot do certain things
example.
For you.
Let me, because I'm waiting for an example now.
Help
me, so that I can properly understand this. Because it looks like I'm the only one who is seeing it from this POV.
There are so many things that, and this is why Lagos is also listening.
So you're married. You're married, or
yeah. Okay, but let's not put my marriage into this conversation. But I can tell you that my wife is not going to do everything for me.
Okay, so
my wife is not going to do everything for me, and it's just a global standard. There are certain things there are certain conversations that, because of where you're coming, even away from the load-bearing capacity of a person, for lack of better use of English, the load-bearing capacity of a person when it comes to their mental strength to hold certain conversations or have certain things on their mind because of patterns. Because if you say this to them today, and maybe I'm not speaking for every woman on the planet, but if you say certain things to some women and you say something about something you did in your past, you're coming clean and saying, oh, I used to be this person, or I did this, or I did that. The truth is, when they start seeing that pattern again,
but imagine,
even if you're not doing that thing, it's a pattern. It's something that you've created some level of doubt in your minds.
I'm going to go back to the citation that you gave about the person that you know. The person his wife comes into the room and sees, or
why will his wife come into the office of that?
It's possible. Anything can happen, or a picture is posted online.
Why will the person come and sees?
I mean, look at that man. And someone his wife just, he's just putting his head on, you're putting your head on another woman's thigh. If I'm a woman and you send me that picture of my husband doing that, what do you think I will think? What do you think will be the thought process
that's then a conversation they need to have.
So the thing is, then don't even start what you cannot finish. Don't do something that you think that, if my wife sees it, she'll be upset. Don't take calls that you know that, my wife cannot know this.
But bros,
this
is our bros I call you.
OSYB.
This is our bros I call you.
OSYB.
You see, our bros. Why are all the lines blinking at the same time? Everybody for Lagos won't talk to us.
I mean, I just honestly think that boundaries need to be set.
I think we need to get back to this conversation again on Monday.
I honestly think that too.
Because I was going to come with facts and figures.
Okay, and I'm going to go back and do for my facts and figures.
But then,
because some men will come and say, my bestie. Boys have come out to say, see, if I'm not your bestie, don't do. Coming from a man, I want you feel that you're not on for the boys. The boys are not good. You're not having the back of the boys.
I'm not a sentimental person.
It's not about sentiment. You were sentimental a few minutes ago.
When
but
I said my wife was going to have the Holy Spirit, I'm like, but then if she was that person who had a male bestie or a male best friend whom she had known this person before she met me, they did a lot. They had a lot of history that contributed to the person she is today. That brought that great woman to me.
Never cut out a friend.
That brought that great woman to me. If his position didn't threaten me becoming her husband, why should he threaten me being her husband right now? That's what I'm saying. If they were ever going to date and be a thing, I said the exception is they dated, they had intimacy and all of that. Of course,
another thing, common ground was boundaries.
Yeah, I drew that line in the sand when I said that whatever boundaries that even exist there, that lightning if strike 2 times, something else could happen that will now be questioned. But I'm telling you that if this person was a best friend from before we met, you understand, and this person has been an anchor, and this person was good to them, and this person did so much, contributed to the person that I fell in love with, I don't think there's a need to cut them off.
Oh no, that's not what I'm pushing.
That bestie can still be there. That's what I'm saying. Because I cannot be everything to her. That guy was probably there for 20 years.
You said this twice.
Being someone that contributed to the person she was for me for the rest of my life. So why should it be that because I am now in a marriage with her, that person should no longer be there? She should change the anchor. Yes, there's the part I play. There's the part I play as a husband. But as who the guy be to Ram, that person don't get that place. It may not be as special. Now making it as special as my place as a husband is where the problem comes in.
Okay. Okay, are you done?
I don't done.
Because I'm just saying this because you said this twice.
Yeah.
That don't cut the person. I'm not saying cut this person off totally.
Okay, so what will you do?
Because I'm going to still keep I have male best friends. I have male friends that when I have conversations with them, in fact, I try to seek their counsel when I'm in a relationship and I don't know what to do. I try to seek their counsel from a male point of view. Okay, so this happened. What do you think I should do? Of course, you want to have those conversations with people that have been with you all through. Don't cut off your friends. I'm not... What? Cut off I won't even cut off. Me, I'm a people's person. The person that's going to marry me has to know that at the back of his mind that, this one is Gbogbo Ero.
As we're wrapping things up now.
So don't cut your friend.
The flip side is that what if the man you marry isn't comfortable with you just being friends with this person and he's telling you what you were telling me initially, you carry the anchor and throw it away?
No, it depends on who you get married to.
So now we are talking about the thing.
So you get married to? So why would you get married to somebody?
My wife don't know if friends with females
ahead of time,
and I don't tell her
she is privy to
and
that
my mama
information.
Even tell her say if you know, say you know go lie, may woman
she is privy to that information ahead of time.
So that is the balance that you have to creating the balance for the health of your spouse, creating the balance for the health of your friends who you've become something with. Some people will go beyond being friends with you and become your brother.
Oh, of course.
There
I mean, I
are
have people
ladies
like
in
that.
my life today who would mention my name in rooms that I know fit enter. I can't say okay, because I special with this new.
Guess what?
I can't say no be
Guess what?
bestie again.
There's one of my
Yeah,
there's one of my best. There's one of my friends that have become a best friend. That my mother saved his name as David, my son.
Oh shit! May you come marry now.
I have that.
May you come marry now.
Oh, I have
your mama
that.
see David, my son. Cause
No, then you will know that these people have been together.
get.
Boundaries is what we're trying to propagate here.
So don't say
As
we should
much
not have
as
male
pos-
and female besties.
Of course you can, but boundaries.
Yeah, coming back to my point, boundaries no, let me not coffee leave.
Hey, no, that's not it. Because I was the one that mentioned boundaries off air. First,
My guy.
we're having a conversation with BM now, Baba. You want to whine me
Okay.
on
so,
air? You want to start taking glory for what is not taking glory for?
are you really
Calm
kidding me right now?
down. Zukwani, rest in the name of
Boundaries.
Jesus. I honestly to just wrap things up. I think that honestly, you can be friends with an opposite sex, but sometimes if it threatens your marriage, if it seems as though you are giving that person an edge over the person who you claim to want to be with for life, then it's threatening your marriage. God, now you even talk threatening here. I mean, well, we know you want to somebody said, you're threatening your marriage, and then he flipped. But it's okay. It's all right. We're going to continue this conversation on Monday. And you guys
You
get
want
to
to
call in
break
on the show and
We'll
tell
be
us
here on
what
Monday,
your
of
thoughts
course.
are. Well, it's all love. Don't mind us. Now have the banter with this. But we're going to definitely talk. Go nowhere. We'll be right back. Your one family, one radio station, Super 92.7 FM.
Super FM 92.7.